Alright guys, so here we are driving, obviously. You can watch the RPMs, and down there you just saw it swap to V4 mode. So here's what we're going to get rid of. Hopefully what we purchased does the trick. But as you see, we're in V4 mode, and we're kind of going downhill at the moment. So I'm just going to barely ease onto the gas. You saw it swap. Well, you think, no big deal, whatever, no problem. Back to V4. Well, it's all good and dandy until a couple of things. Number one, and which is the number one reason I'm disabling it, is because of an exhaust system. So, no, it's not going to jump down and sound like a four-cylinder, Civic or something like that. But it does, from everything that I've heard and read and everything, it kind of just sounds like it has a mist to it. It's still, a deep sound, but it's still not V8 smoothness or whatever. So ease onto the gas, and you can see the RPMs, they twitch around a little bit. The most annoying thing is you can actually feel it swapping between. So that's another thing that I really don't like about it, because while it's pretty smooth, it is, technically dropping half the cylinders, which, there's two sides of the story. There's people that say that causes premature wear on the engine, and it starts oil consumption and all kind of stuff, which I think in the earlier models, some truth to that. I don't know about this. You would think, it's been out for years. You would think they would have it ironed out now, but you never know. It could still be an issue, and who knows. But as you see, it tries jumping around in it, but it's really only when you're coasting. So I don't really know how much fuel it's saving. We'll see. As you can see, we've averaged 17.2 miles per gallon over the 835 miles I've put on the truck, which I'm pretty thrilled with that, because there's been a lot of, as you can see, it's 37 degrees and it's 2:30, so this whole week's been below freezing just about. And so there's been a lot of cold start, remote start mornings where it's been idling for a good while before I actually drive it. So that brings down your miles per gallon and everything a lot. But yeah, so like I said, it works fine, I guess, but it's just an annoyance. Hopefully fuel mileage does not suffer with it disabled, but I am fixing to put an exhaust on this truck, and I do not want it to be, dropping down in four-cylinder mode and sounding goofy or sound like it's missing or whatever. But we'll see if there's. Obviously, I'll make an in-depth video after I get some miles on it with the cylinder deactivation turned off. As you can see, going downhill, it's in V4. Go to touch the gas to go up over this hill, instantly V8. So maybe if you're on the interstate, it can do it. I know in like Gears Z06, it really just never wants to stay in four-cylinder if you even breathe on the gas pedal. So I don't know how good it does at all, honestly. It's shutting down four cylinders, but that's really only when you're, coasting or going downhill, or, if the road's not perfectly flat, you're not going a highway speed, it's going to stay in V8 mode. We'll see if it drops down. Okay, you can feel it. Obviously, y'all saw it. It does get annoying, because then sometimes it shudders whenever it's going to, jump into. You saw the little RPMs. It's just annoying. So we're gonna use this switch or whatever you call it, and disable that, and then we won't have to worry about it. It's a plug into your OBD2 port, and it's non-traceable. It doesn't affect your tune whatsoever. Its only job is to disable the cylinder deactivation, fuel management, that crap. So we're gonna test it. I'm actually headed to go pick it up. It's getting dropped off FedEx, and we're gonna pick it up, plug it in, and we're gonna get first impressions. So let's do it. Well, here it is. So it's just called Range Technology. Pretty much just says on the back, just plug it in and go. Don't, they say to unplug it if you're not going to crank it up for a while, because it could drain the battery. I guess it just stays running all the time, whatever. thing with this little thing. Then here it is. All you do is just plug it in and good to go. So let's go do that. All right, so let's just take it and plug it in. Let's make sure we got it going the right way. Okay, oops, didn't even record it. Well, looks like she's in, so let's fire it up. Let's not do any colors. Let's go ahead and crank it up. Okay, truck cranked. Uh-oh, got the light going. So, obviously nothing popping up here. So I guess it's working. So we'll let the truck warm up and then we'll drive it and see. Okay, so another thing to note is where you got 17.0 average on this tank, 17.2 regular. So that was with the V4 mode, so we'll see. Well, she's working. Hasn't shut down any cylinders. Hasn't shown that it has. As you can see, I reset the trip just for the heck of it to see what it would get in a little comparison. Obviously, I haven't driven it very far, but we're averaging, 19.2 right now on this, pretty normal road. Instantly, it no longer is dropping down. You can kind of, like before, whenever you let's say this hill, obviously it didn't downshift, didn't have to. I give it just a touch of gas, it holds the gear, but gives it a little more power. Well, before I found when it would shift down to 4-cylinder and then I'd get to that hill, well, it would instantly, like whenever I'd start to give it the gas, it would instantly want to kind of downshift because it was, it didn't have the power there, and it was like kind of freaked out to where it was like, I need to downshift in order to get over this hill. Maybe that was me because I was having to give it a little more gas than actually was necessary just to get it to, pop out of the V4 mode. But as far as driving it now, like it'll just kind of hang a gear like it should, like it, like it feels like it's normal now. This is how it should feel, and it's not acting crazy. It's not doing the little stutter thing whenever you go from coasting to on the gas again. It's just smooth. It honestly, the little chip thing is not even supposed to affect the tune whatsoever. Obviously, it's just turning off the cylinder deactivation, however it does. But it kind of does. It's not affecting the tune, but it does affect the driving characteristics of the truck, because now it's, it's locked in V8. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. It's gonna be exactly the same every single time. And if that fuel economy is correct, maybe somehow get better fuel economy without it going in 4-cylinder mode, because the best I've ever gotten this truck was, I think, let's scroll down, 22, I think, 21.2 was the best I've ever gotten. That was going down the interstate. So yeah, pretty impressed. Obviously I'm not doing any stopping and go stuff, just cruising, but this is a pretty hilly road. Not much of it, goes up, down, whatever. So some of it is coasting, but a good bit of it is actually under power, going. So I would say this thing's pretty awesome. It is a little pricey, I guess, $200. That does kind of suck, but you get to get rid of the 4-cylinder mode. If you like that, then no big deal. Me, I didn't want it. The truck's fixing to get loud. I didn't want it sounding like it was missing or anything crazy. And people are saying that the 4-cylinder deactivation is what makes these trucks be able to get decent gas mileage. Well, if this is anywhere near accurate, I would say that's wrong, because I've literally never got that good of gas mileage in it. And like I said, I think that's contributed to it on all these little hilly things, it being in V4 mode, and then as soon as I go to give it gas, it wants to downshift. and that was burning more fuel than needed rather than just holding one gear and just staying with it. So as of now, I'm freaking stoked. I'm glad I didn't waste my money. It appears that it works. It appears the truck can still get good fuel economy. Like I said, I'll do a more in-depth video after I get a lot more miles on it and see exactly how it acts. But we've been 8.2 miles. We're currently at 20.4 miles per gallon. And it's in V8 mode now, and no more cylinder deactivation. You know, even if they've got that perfect where it doesn't do anything to the engine, or even if they had it to where you couldn't really feel it, it's still going to affect the exhaust, and I am putting an exhaust on this truck, so that's the main thing. But it feels a lot better now, not having to, you know, the shuddering, you can feel it really through the gas pedal and through the steering wheel kind of it trying to get from 4 to 8, and it was just a weird feeling. And honestly, you know, if the miles per gallon stay like they are, it's kind of a pointless feature. I'm not sure. I don't know where it's supposed to exactly help, but oh well, it's not going to be jumping around anymore, and I'm pretty excited about it. So y'all let me know if any of y'all run this, what you feel about it, what you know, what your fuel economy's done, everything. So y'all leave a comment, and I'll see you on the next one.